Hiya folks, me again. This is the part 2 of the big unboxing video, and I won't show you the box, but I've just slit it open, and I've just pulled a t-shirt out. Actually, I'll tell you the truth, I pulled the t-shirt out, then I messed up, so this is take number 2. In the interest of honesty and integrity, I'll declare that I just messed it up. But yeah, it's an Aerosmith shirt, and 9 Lives World Tour, and I'll tell you the truth, I don't know a lot about Aerosmith. I sort of like their early stuff, but when that elevator stuff came and they went rapping and all that, they lost me. But I have got some of their vinyl as well, on vinyl. But so with Aerosmith, not many people realise, but they've been going since the early 70s. I prefer that era, until they went to that elevator nonsense. Wasn't for me. King Scott Waters, legendary, and he must have the biggest Aerosmith collections on the planet. Come to think of it, he must have one of the biggest heavy metal collections by now on the planet. But he's the go-to man for Aerosmith. Next. We've got some CD action. It looks like a band I've never heard. Maloney Sweet, Electric Sweet. Looks punky or rocky. Might be wrong. It's on the Columbia label. But looks rather good. Yeah. One of my favourite bands, Great White. Can't go wrong with them. I think that Jack Russell's the only guy who can sing cover versions. Yeah, he's got them all on here. I've recognised this CD. What they've done is it was a cover version record. The first one is the original, but the second one he's done all the covers. The Immigration song by Zeppelin, and When the Levee Breaks, and all this sort of stuff. And you know me, if you've been following this channel, I'm not too keen on cover versions. But Jack Russell can really sing them well. I love listening to him do them. Especially when he does Zeppelin stuff, he's phenomenal. But oh man, Flashpoint, Rolling Stones. This was, I actually went on this tour in '89 at Wembley. And it's phenomenal. I actually saw him perform all this. But the only problem was, it hasn't got my favourite song on it. And I was praying in the audience that I wanted to hear 2,000 Light Years from Home off Satanic Majesties. And that's the only... if they gave me a last request at a firing squad, it'll be to listen to that song, because I love it. Then they actually performed it for the first time forever. And it was the best bit of the concert for me, because the whole stage turned orange, and they sang it. But unfortunately, when they come to the live version, which was this one, they didn't put it on. And Painted in Black was awesome, because Keith Richards did the intro, and I can remember all this stuff well. But why they missed 2,000 Light Years off it, I don't know. And it was a showstopper. And it's a bit like having a chocolate cake and they miss out all the sugar and the chocolate, and you're just left with a plain bit of sponge cake. You know what I mean, Greg? It's one of the biggest mysteries in rock history. Yeah, apart from where Greg hides his chocolate magnums. But yeah, that's a great CD. Fantastic. Cheers, Greg. Yeah, it's alright. Oh. Next, Thunder Mother. Recognise this band? They're actually performing by me. Good rock. I don't know where they come from, but I've got some of theirs. I think I've got a couple of theirs. But it's an all-girl band, and they rock. I can't remember where they come from. If somebody hit me up in the comments if you know. But yeah. But it's just amazing. But yeah, I'm sure they're on tour. I saw them down the road from me. Oh, I've never seen one of these before. Welcome to My Nightmare, all-star tribute to Alice Cooper. Wow, never seen this before. Ronnie James Dio doing Welcome to My Nightmare. That'll be worth the entrance fee. And you got Randy Castillo, Iced Earth, and Bruce Dickinson doing stuff. David Mustaine. Sorry, I can barely read this. Dee Snider. Oh wow, we'll give that a spin tonight. Never seen this CD before. An all-star salute to Alice. Big fan of Alice. Don't like the modern stuff. Sort of like the older stuff. Some of the modern stuff I'll take it or leave it. This looks like Living End, Modern Artillery, a good rock type punk. Don't know anything about that, but thanks very much. Wow. Oh man. Yeah. Just pulled out 3 magazines. Rolling Stone. Don't get this. I think we get this in the UK. I'm not sure, but I've never had it. Bruce Springsteen, the boss. Yeah, that's a later photograph as well. It's got a big thing on Bruce. Don't know, but he recently sold all his back catalogue for $500 million. That's probably why they've done that. I'm only guessing. Good man. Rob Alford. Rob Halford, he gets about a bit, doesn't he? Yeah. Rob Halford, wow. And Ozzy, he's getting on a bit now, but he's due to tour near us with Judas Priest next year. I don't think I'll be going, not the price for the tickets. They'll be in the 3 figures, of me thinks. And yeah, man, this is a band I've never heard either. I think Blood, it rings a bell. It's Thorogood, or Thorogood. Yeah, I've never heard of this one. I might be wrong. I might play it and think, oh, I've heard it. Then he got a local band to me. You can't beat a bit of Noddy and the Lads, Slade. And if you go to Wolverhampton, you might see one of them. You see it walking around Wolverhampton on a Saturday. But yeah, great local band. And oh man, Greg, I'm crying already. And Screaming for Vengeance, Judas Priest album. This is a phenomenal good album. Got all the best stuff on it. And oh wow, I'm getting. That's a fantastic album. Yeah. Another book I shall definitely be reading, The Rolling Stones. You can't beat Mick and the Lads. Yeah. Well, arguably the greatest rock and roll band to come out of the UK. First Black Sabbath record. I know where that is and I forgot now. It's in Oxfordshire, something Mill. And it'll come to me. And absolutely phenomenal album. It's one of the limited editions as well, by the look of it. Bonus tracks. Yeah, it's just an amazing record. But I forgot where it is now. I think it was somewhere in Oxford, some mill. It's still there today as well. Monster Truck, Sitting Pretty. I'll have to give that a spin because I think that was the first. I may be wrong. Greg will correct me. That was the first one they did. Yeah, great band. They were on tour here a few months back. I'm sure they were. Well, unfortunately, I can't go to concerts at the moment because of COVID. Paul Anchor. I have to check that one out. I've heard of him, but don't know much about him. But it looks like he sings a load of covers. Eye of the Tiger, Wonderwall's Oasis. It's a Sin. That sounds like Pet Shop Boys. Jump. That sounds like Van Halen. Yeah. Pat Benatar. That's another one I don't know much about. No, she was a female rock star. But I watched Greg's channel. That's another thing he's tuned me into. Never explored her catalogue. And I've got oh, I know this band's Australian. I may be wrong. If someone correct me if I'm wrong, but Killer Dwarfs, Australian sort of AC/DC style band. Wow, yeah, I'm sure it was phenomenal. Oh. Led Zeppelin profiled. Yeah, it's all questions. This is. So I've never heard of a Led Zeppelin album called Profile. Wow. Coney Hatch tape. I've got a tape player. I'll have to give that a spin. Wow. Coney Hatch. Don't know what country they call it. It's Springs. Oh, it's Canadian. I'm sure it's, yeah, it's a Canadian band, isn't it, Greg? Give me a slap if I got it wrong. Just having a mooch. Oh wow! First Badlands album on tape. I got this when it came out on vinyl, and I'm not going to the controversial side of it, but they were very controversial. But the reason why everybody bought it was Jakey Lee. He was with Ozzy Osbourne for an album, and I think Sharon had him sacked, or the story went. But he's easily, to me, one of the best guitarists Ozzy had. He's probably one of the best guitarists in the world at the time. I'm not getting into a contest who was the best, Randy or Jakey Lee, but he was absolutely phenomenal on guitar. And when he played that tour, it was the Unforgettable Fire, I think, was the album he did. But to me, when he was on that tour, the guitaring was next door to brilliance, you know. And it was just amazing. So there's a DVD, or I think it's on I've got it, but mine was on VHS, and they did a thing of it. I'm sure it'll be on DVD, because when Jakey Lee was guitaring with Ozzy, the music sounded amazing, but the way his chord structure and that, it was just second to none. But he's a very talented man. I've checked him out on YouTube. He's got another band now, but that's definitely one you want to check out, is Jakey Lee. But I'm not going to any of the other stuff about it. You'll have to Google it why they didn't do that well. But Metal Mickey. It's alright, laugh coming. Metal Mickey knows, and I think he's told the story on one of his videos. But yeah, this looks like some rock, and I think probably Canadian, sort of like Green Day sort of rock. Now there's a story behind the next one which made me laugh. Was Rowan Atkinson. He used to live by my auntie's, and when me and my cousin drove past his old house all the time. But it's a huge mansion. I'm not going to say where it is for obvious reasons, because the new tenants live there, but we used to drive past his house like it was a big sort of mansion, sort of secluded. But Mr. Bean, I love watching that and all this sort of stuff. But yeah, it's Rowan Atkinson, a right laugh. He's live in Belfast. But he must have done well with all that money, because he bought his huge pad. And they always pointed out, oh, that was Rowan Atkinson's old house. He's moved now. And I've got some t-shirt action as well. Oh, well. Wow, I've just seen who it is. One of my favourite bands, Led Zeppelin. I think Greg is telling me to do a video who's the best, Zeppelin or Purple. And it's the Led Zeppelin. And United States of America 1977. That was their last tour, wasn't it? So I think they split in 77. and I think that was the last tour they did. Because something, not going into details again, but something, you just Google it, you'll find out the story. And something really sad happened, and that was in '77. But I think that's when they broke up. It was the final tour of the States. Oh well, Greg, thanks a lot, mate. And I don't know what to say. I'm already misting up here. But yeah, peace and love, everybody. That's my motto. And I'll see you next time. Won't be long. And I've got the next video planned, actually. Should probably do it next couple of days. You take care. See ya. Bye.